the sunrise on Myrtle Beach today. So that's where we're at, Myrtle Beach. It's like 7 in the morning right now. Alright, yeah, I found a nice little spot here. As you can see, I'm not too far from the water or anything, so I'm just going to post up right here and do a little meditating. Yeah, I was hoping to swim today in the ocean. It was supposed to be really nice. I think it almost said 87 or 86 or 87 a couple days ago. And then I saw 82, and I'm not sure if it even hit 82. It feels to me closer to about 78 or so. But it's breezy and overcast, and I don't think we're going to swim in the ocean today. But I decided just to walk around and just come downtown here kind of and see what I could see. But it's kind of cool. It looks like they got some zip line or something. Zip line thing behind us here. And back there, that way too, there was a water park. But I don't think I'll probably do either one of them. But, you know, it's kind of cool touristy stuff going on. I don't know if you can see, there's this black guy and his 4 kids. I would assume they're his kids. But anyways, they're walking down the street, and the one kid looks at me and he says, "Do you like Donald Trump?" And I said, "Well, why do you ask?" or whatever. He said, "F Trump," and blah, blah, blah. And then we got into a big political conversation. Not a big political conversation, but it was kind of funny just to talk politics with a 12-year-old. And then I asked him who he's voting for, and he couldn't even name Joe Biden's name, but that's who he told me that he was going for. But
catch us on our drive, and we come out here to warn people that, you know, people get ready for a storm. But
alright, I'm not sure what this guy's talking about. We're gonna listen to him now.
Greater than any earthquake. That's greater than.
What's up with this guy?
Fire in California.
Does he come out here a lot?
And that is the coming of the
First
day
time
of
I've
the
ever
Lord
seen
Jesus
that
Christ.
particular one.
Oh.
I was just talking to a kind gentleman with his family, and he asked me, "What if you're an atheist? What if you don't believe in God?" And I said, "Well, that's a sad life. It's a sad life if you don't believe in God, because what's the point of love? What's the point of family if we're just atoms and bacteria and chemical reactions?" But I thank God that in my brokenness in New York City, in my depression and drug addiction and partying because the world told me to do so, Jesus Christ found me in a dark place. You see, Jesus Christ, who is the Son of God, God in the flesh, he said, "I am the light of the world, and those that abide in me will not walk in darkness."
Alright, so I guess this guy's just talking Jesus. So good for him, I suppose.
He healed me of my wounds, of my brokenness.
Good for you, brother. Preach on.
And I believe.
Alright, this guy back here in a blue shirt, I don't know if you can see him anymore, but he opened up his little fanny pack and he had a bunch of flyers, and I thought maybe there was a party or something going on. So I asked him for a flyer real quick, and he handed it to me, and it says American Idol on it. So I didn't read any more than that. But I asked him, I said, "Oh no, I'm looking for a party," and just whatever. And he said, "Oh, there's no parties going on. We're just preaching Jesus." So he must be with the Jesus guy. I'm not sure what that was all about. But yeah, it's going to be Halloween weekend, so I'm looking for a party or something going on, hopefully. All right, this little spot here is called the Beach House Bar and Grill. It says they got live music, so I hope they mean tonight. I doubt they mean right now, but maybe. But yeah, it looks like a pretty happening spot. It looks pretty sweet, so I think I might have to come back a little later here. All right, yeah, so I walked through that downtown area, and it was kind of what I expected. A bunch of t-shirt shops, maybe a couple bars, and then they had some bungee jumping or free fall or whatever that one place was. So I actually came down to the beach area here, and I'm right by the pier. So I think we're going to go out on the pier and check this out for a second. Alright, so I got up to the pier here, and I see this little thing that says restricted area only, and then on the other side it's just gated off too, and I was like, what the fuck, I can't get out to the pier? But then I noticed that it says this way to pier walk, so we got to go through the gift shop. That's what they want you to do. They want you to buy something first, that's all. Alright, so it's really weird. So I go in there and I walk by, and there's a sign that says $1 to walk the pier. So I'm just kind of standing by the door waiting for this guy to ask me for $1, deciding if I should just walk by or what. As he's like kind of just talking to these random people or whatever, right? Yeah, about nothing basically. So anyway, so after a while I'm just like, you know, can I just give you $1 to go walk the pier? And he says, yeah, that's fine. And then so I asked him, I said, you know, can I record this for my blog? And he says, oh, no, you can't record me. He says, you don't have to pay $1 though. I said, oh, okay. So I put my money back in my pocket. I start walking. Then he stops me and then asks me if I'm going out there, which I say yes. And then he tells me it's $1. And I'm like confused. I was like, you literally just told me I didn't have to pay, but okay. So I set $5 on the counter, and then he just stared at me, and he was asking what the $5 was for. So I don't know. I mean, we just literally had a conversation that I'm giving you $1 to walk the pier, and all I have is a $5 bill. So I don't know why that was so confusing and so difficult, but I just wanted to get a video. I just wanted to get a video of me actually paying him $1, but whatever. I was talking anything. I literally told the story of exactly what happened. That's all. And now you're trying to ask me to leave? I don't understand.
We are, yes, sir.
Okay, well, I'm gonna go walk the pier since I gave you $1. Okay.
Well, we're giving you the $1 back.
No, that's okay. You tried to tell me in the first place that I didn't have to pay $1.
Not meaning that you could leave. That's what I was getting at.
Sir, I just asked you nicely if I could record a video, and that's
at all.
okay. I'm not sure what your issue is, man.
All right, well,
Yeah, I don't give a crap. I paid my $1, so I'm not sure what this guy's deal is. He's trying to ask me to leave because I recorded the video of explaining the situation to myself. There was literally nobody around. So I'm not sure, but the cops might get called here, so we'll find out. But it's a great view. Alright, so I just left the pier just because I didn't want any more problems, and on the way out I watched the video that he was so upset about, and I don't know, you guys can tell me if I said something offensive, but I mean, I was just trying to get a video, so I don't know what his problem was. Alright, so there's one lady and her kid that I've seen so far that have been crazy enough to get into the ocean. I mean, I put my ankles in, but yeah, I guess somebody decided to brave the weather today, not me though. So yeah, so we've been talking Jesus with Matt here. How's the conversation been? Pretty fruitful?
I don't know. It's up to you, brother.
I think it's been all right.
This is my cousin Nate. Actually, we're lying to you guys. His voice sounds just like my cousin Nate Risto.
That's true. Yes,
Okay.
I'm the second coming of his cousin Nate.
Yep. Well, blasphemy.
I'm just
But
kidding.
anyhow, no.
I'm just joking with you.
I just bought an RV, and Luke
Yes.
here bought an RV.
Actually, I'm glad you brought that up because yeah, we talked solar with this guy, and he actually
Yeah.
taught me something about solar too.
What I was trying to tell Luke is that
Yeah.
I'm a normal person. I'm not a cult member. I had an encounter with the Lord Jesus Christ in June of 2017.
Okay.
That's after living a life of homosexuality. And actually, me and my boyfriend at the time had an encounter at a restaurant in the middle of Hell's Kitchen, New York City, and changed my life.
Do you want to elaborate on your homosexuality, or is that something you don't want to
Oh,
talk
of
about?
course, I love my testimony. So I used to work for Alex Jones, and I lived a life consuming conspiracy theories, and
Okay.
all it took was a clever YouTube video with a nice soundtrack that convinced me of anything. I was extremely gullible. And I lived a double life, and I would go out with my guy friends, and I would bang chicks, and I'd go out with my other guy friends, and I would bang dudes.
Okay.
And one day on Grindr came about, right? And basically this dude I thought was really attractive after I'd already had sex with lots of other men on this application, right?
Okay.
Like our third real date, we didn't have sex or anything like that. And I told him, I just want to let you know, I'm pretty jacked up. I'm actually a Christian, and I believe this is wrong. And he
Okay.
says, whoa, I'm actually Jewish, and I believe this is wrong as well.
Oh wow.
And I remember the exact thought was, oh, I got myself a keeper. That's how double-minded I was.
Yeah.
Well, about a month after our relationship started, he said, well, I got something I want to tell you. I never told anybody before.
Okay.
And he says, I see angels and demons.
Oh wow.
I see spirits.
Yeah.
Right? And I was like, oh my God, what did I get myself into here? This
Yeah.
guy's schizophrenic.
Yeah.
So I started contacting my Christian friends. We started praying. And a couple of times I prayed, and when I got home, never telling him that I had prayed, and
Yeah.
I told somebody, he's like, I know you told somebody what I told you. I told you not to tell anybody. These things come and attack me when you tell the people.
Oh wow.
It happened 3 times.
That's nuts.
The third time, I finally realized this guy's not schizophrenic, this is real.
Wow.
And it's funny how fallible the human mind is, how quickly we can forget all of these different events, and it just becomes nothing after a couple of weeks of pot smoking. You basically can have supernatural encounters and completely forget it.
Yeah.
It goes back to meaning nothing.
Yeah.
Well, it took probably about another 3 months thereafter, and it's a really long story.
Okay.
But we were just having dinner,
Yeah.
and he had himself personally a full-fledged encounter with the Holy Spirit
Okay.
at the dinner table. He sort of took my hand and sort of becoming like a sports reporter type of person.
Yeah.
So they give the rundown, heading down the block there at Boston, going to number 22, heading down the lane, yada yada. And he's giving me a rundown of what's happening. We left that restaurant and he's screaming, I love you, Jesus, I love you, Jesus.
All right, so we basically just got done hanging out at the boardwalk here, and it's starting to sprinkle. So I think I'm gonna head back to the RV. and lay low for a couple hours, and then I might probably try to hit up some of these bars later tonight. After I left talking to Matt, I was walking down the street, and there was like this the vape store or whatever. But anyways, they sell like CBD and stuff, and it's actual like flower, like buds or whatever. So anyways, the girl was telling me that basically in South Carolina they can sell up to, I believe it's like 10% THC. Which is actually a decent amount of THC. I mean, it's not a small amount of THC. So I thought that was kind of interesting. But they had signs everywhere about not recording and stuff. And she had basically told me the reason why is because in the state of South Carolina or the city of Myrtle Beach or whatever, the mayor or whoever it is trying to keep it kid friendly, and they're trying to kick out these pipe shops or these smoke shops or whatever you want to call them. And there's a bunch of controversy about that, and obviously with the CBD is pretty controversial anyways. So that was interesting. But yeah, it was really cool when I was there. I really made friends with that girl, and then there was a couple there too that were really cool that I got to talk to, and they were just on vacation and stuff. So it was cool. We made a couple friends there too. The last thing was I went back to that beach house bar, the place with the live music, right? So we went in there to check out live music, but there was no live music. It was literally just another dried up waterfall. And if you don't know what I'm talking about, just watch some of the other videos. But yeah, it was a dried up waterfall. There was nothing to see there. There was no music. In fact, I wasn't really a fan of the beach house, and maybe that was just kind of set me off on the wrong foot, kind of, is the false advertising. But yeah, so that was the recap. Thanks for checking in, guys.